Alright everybody, welcome to the Midnight Racing League Cup Series. Live from Texas. Right now, Patrick Kimber top of the board with a 29,394 at Smallwood. Second, Brian Conover third. Corbin Hines, Simon Lindmark the top five. Andrew Loss, DJ Standard, Mike Audrey, Ryan Siebel, Colt Ward. Your top 10. 38 drivers on deck for tonight. Last week, Kenny Real went to victory lane. Right now, enters tonight the points leader. Matter of fact, run through the leaderboard tonight so far. Kenny Real, Corbin Hines, Colt Ward, Kaysen, Hagen, Scott Ronnie will be your top five. Mark Person, Brent Garber, Drew Drummond, Ryan Siebel, Frank Chavez, Dylan Fink, John Border. Right now, the top 12 in the points. 12 drivers will make the chase. Juan Cos Jr., Aaron Stanton, Bryce Moore, Justin Raymond. That is 13th through 16th on the outside looking in, along with several other drivers. Qualifying up next. So 10 minutes to post a lap. DJ Stagner. One of the first ones rolling out. Do a paint reset too over Stagner on the board now. Right now, running the high line, gonna try to build a run. Trying to make this second lap count the best that he can across the line. The time to beat. Brian Conover 29.563 the first lap. You're going to see Stagner working that bottom lane now. Try to work the bottom / the middle. 8.5 minutes remaining. Simon Lindmark first lap 31.444. Patrick Camber slides into third. Glidewell fourth across the line. Stagner this time. Corbin Hines top of the board. Stagner 583, fourth quickest. Corbin Hines big time loose. He's going to end it. Simon Lindmark top of the board 29.476 the second lap. Or the first lap rather. Nope, lap 2. Last week's winner, Kenny Real, on his first lap. Real across the line, first lap, survey says. Not going to count. We'll try for a second one here. The Jack Shack entry for tonight, the Daytona winner. Gets big time loose off of 2. It's still going to go for it. Now, probably not going to be the top 5, top 10 run. Still going to go for it. Right now, can do no worse than 19th across the line. Kenny Real, 32.06, and it is 15th quickest for the number 11. Robbie Adams First lap for Adams, 31.70. 15th quickest, as a matter of fact. Smallwood, top of the board, 29.47 or 4.37. Adams good enough for 15th again. Edward Kimmel right now, 23rd, quickest. I think he's going to call it. Mike Audrey starting his qualifying run. Skylar Harrell rolling out onto the racetrack as well. All right, first lap 31.323. Oh, big time loose. Going to spin it across the line. It will not count. Still 29.779, just will not go on the board. That lap would have been good enough for 9th. Corey Wright. With just over 4 minutes remaining. Skylar Harold as well. In fact, I'm going to tune in to Harold right at the end of his qualifying run. Cross the line. 31.11 improves to 19th. Back to King Reel. Kevin Sterner rolling out onto the racetrack, 67 machine. Wright's first lap, 16th quickest, 29.841. That'll be all she writes for Corey Wright. Second lap was 29.908. Best lap was an 8:41. Dylan Basin. Basin across the line. Survey says 13th quickest, 29.807. The first lap. Cross the line this time. Basin 6:05. Breaks inside the top 10. 7th quickest for Dylan Basin. Colton Ward loses it hard into the wall. Goes Colton Ward. That was coming to the first lap. He'll still have a second one. My God, what a hit. Roll out the backup. Cameron's going to try it again. Juan Cobbs Jr. I'm going to come back to Ward in a moment. Cobb's about to finish his run. First lap did not count for Juan. I don't think so. We wouldn't either. Colton Ward black flag as well, exiting. So I do not believe this lap's going to count for Colton either. Right now we'll start probably around 30th. 37 seconds remaining, ain't going to mean much no way. That being said, the reigning Contender Series champion Isaac Smallwood on pole for tonight. Simon Lindmark, Corbin Hines, the top three. That being said, roll through the starting lineup for tonight. Isaac Smallwood, Simon Lindmark, row 1. Row 2, Corbin Hines, Brian Conover. Row 3, Dylan Fink, DJ Stagner. 4, Dylan Bazin, Patrick Camber. Fastest in practice in that 21 machine. Row 5, Ryan Seabolt, Scott Rooney. Gordon Gladwell, Jackson Hunt will be row 6. Row 7, Tyler Henry, Justin Raymond. Row 8, Bryce Moore and Juan Cobbs Jr. Corey Wright, Kevin Sterner will be row 9, 17th to 18th. Brent Garber, Robbie Adams rounds out row 20. Jeremiah Cromer and Skylar Harold, row 11. Kenny Real, Frank Chavez, the Daytona winner, rolls off 23rd for Kenny Real. Tim Hurd, John Border, row 13. Row 14, Mike Audrey, Nicholas Alozia. Edward Kimmel, Mark Person will be row 15. Colton Ward, Kevin Allen starting deep in the field in row 16. Andrew Loss, Mitchell Raridan, row 17. Drew Drummond, Gavin Henson. That will be row 18. Chris Logan, Kaysen, 100. And of course, Kevin Green rolling out row 20 tonight. Well, you want to think about it as a SOFA Racing League 1, 2, 3 to start with Smallwood, Hines, and Lindmark. Alright, Smallwood, Landmark, brings us down to the Echo Parks restart zone. We're rolling from No Limits, Texas. One car hard off the wall, off of 4. Right now, Simon Landmark leads the first lap. Down and back straight away. Landmark, Smallwood, Dylan Basin already up to 3rd. Corbin Hines slides back to 4th. Stagner 5th. Smallwood starting to drop back just a little bit. DJ Stagner up to the 2nd spot, going diving into turn number 3. Stagner looking at his name to a lap sled. He's going to be clear off of 4. Power move by Stagner to the top spot. Well, Stagner leads down that back straight away. Dylan Bazin ducks to the bottom. Bazin's going to try to add his name, get 5 bonus points. Smallwood still battling back there for 4th with Landmark. Dylan Fink slide inside the top 5. Patrick Cameron trying to get inside it. Corbin Hines actually has slid out of the top 5. On further back in the field, trying to find the hornet's nest. Everybody right now is minding their own P's and Q's. Corbin right up to 13th. Gordon Glidewell in the wall. One driver in the water. There's the hornet's nest. Andrew Lott's back there with him as well. Kenny Real also trying to make up ground in the 18th spot. Oh, Gordon Glidewell, big time save off of turn number 2. Or was it? He's on the apron. Unsure, let's look back at it. Rise on the scene, trying to keep it on it. Yep, just gets a little loose. Does get the wall a little bit. Right now, back at the top. Bazin going for the lead over DJ Stagner. Dylan Fink sliding the line. Caution is out. Frank Chavez in the wall. More contact. Kevin Allen. Case involved in this one, Gavin Henson. Caution out for the first time tonight. See what happened. Looted back here back around his hornet's nest. Oh, Kenny Real looked like, yeah, Real gets turned. Garber up into the 15. And of course, Henson nowhere to go. Take another look at it here. From the blimp cam. Yeah, Real comes down for the Mitchell Raritan. Everybody else taking evasive action. Garber into the 15 of Kaysen. Overcorrects it right into Gavin Henson. Good God almighty. What a hit. Everybody else to the grass taking evasive action. For Gavin Henson, night done early. Right now, Stagner, Bazin, Dylan Fink, as Smallwood Harry, or Simon Limmark, the top 5. Pat Cameron, Corbin Hines, Brad Canova, Scott Rooney, Justin Raymond inside the top 10. Alright. Alright, we're rolling again from Texas. We're behind. Oh, wrecking in the back. Mike Aldridge. Hard into the wall. That is a stack up. Audrey in this one. Bryce Moore, Mark Person, Frank Chavez, John Border. Lord have mercy. Saw Audrey get turned. See what happens. They just got the grass spun the tires. Nowhere for a 54 to go from there. Track gets clogged. By trying to sneak their way through. Right on board with Audrey through this. Alright, it's more be another onboard we can get. Let me try that again. I mean, just fire's great. Clips the grass, gets the car unsettled. From there, everybody else just piling in. Well, second caution of the night. To re-rack it, Dylan Basin, DJ Stagner, first and second. Fink, Smallwood, Patrick Cameron, your top five. Linmark, Raymond, Conover, Rooney, and Corbin Hines, your top 10. We're rolling again. Better restart this time. Right now, Stagner with the run down the back straightaway. Basin trying to stay with him on the inside. Dylan Fink settles for third. Smallwood back up to fourth. Right now. Right now, Bailey trying to hold back Stagner, Dylan Fink. Top three trying to get away from Patrick Cameron and others. Smallwood slid back to fifth. On further back through the field. Right now, biggest gainer since the start of this race. Andrew Loss up 22, Reardon up 19, Ward up 18, Drew Drummond, Chris Logan 12 and 11 respectively. Drivers starting to come to the front. Right now, Daytona winner Kenny Reel riding back in 20th. Well, and you know, Kenny Reel very well known on the plate track scene, money racing scene. Maybe he's being taken out of his element right now with these 1.5 miles and short tracks coming up. We'll have to see right now. Respectable run for Kenny Reel in a 20th spot. Kenny started 23rd, so a little progress, but coming up through the field slowly. Another driver. Another driver is slowly making his way up through the field. Corey Wright started 17th right now, up to 12th battery. Andrew Lotz, the 40-11th spot. In further ahead, Corbin Hines, dominant 3 wide. Making it work. Hines back up to 8. Try to get it between Scott Rooney and Patrick Chambers. Isaac Smallwood back up to 4th. Harry Lindmark making his way back to the lead. Right now, Lindmark running in 5th. However, they are chasing Dylan Bazin right now. Holds the lead. Lap leader so far tonight. Basin's led 11. Stadner, Lindmark, and Isaac Smallwood all have led 4 different leaders so far tonight. Right now, .96 laps to go. Bazin right now starting to open up, half-second lead over Stadner and Dylan Fink. Focus back in on the battles back here. Colt Ward right now started 31st up to 12th in the Sporking Machine. Down the back straightaway. Trying to get underneath Corey Wright. Right in front of them. Con over. It is actually the battle for 10th between these drivers. Was the battle for 10th. Wright, big head of steam. Colton with him. Right now, the field chasing Dylan Bazin is right now just about open up to a whole second lead over Stagner. second right now. Stagner and Fink going at it. At Smallwoods that are back inside the equation. Right now, this IN here, I think Stagner able to drive it harder into turn number 3. Try to open up the gap and run back down. Stagner back out front evidently. Well, Fink ran him down out of Smallwood. Coming for the second spot down back straight away to gap. Just under 310. Hell, take top 3, throw him under a blanket. You gotta admit, Landmark's coming. Corbin Hines is coming. Matter of fact, big gap from Simon Landmark to Corbin Hines, and the gap 2.4 and closing. But once the field gets spread out, then we're really gonna see the contenders and who starts to make their way to the front, who can run down the leaders. Right now, everything's going DJ Stagner's way. Oh, Stagner through the infield. No caution yet. Oh my Lord. What in the world? That just brace loose. Overcorrects. Through the grass he goes. Meanwhile, caution is back out. Edward Kimmel in his pit box. See what in the world's happened. Well, they've wrecked it big on the back straightaway. Let's see. Try to find out who all it was. I think it was Patrick Cameron. Yep. Just breaks loose with him. Off of one, overcorrects, back up in front of the field. Colt Ward gets a piece of this. Oh, and there's where Kimmel comes in. Kenny Real sliding. Wankops Jr. gets a piece of it. Man. From high above, and of course, well, once these cars get loose, it's easy. It's real, so easy to overcorrect. And right there, I mean, just breaks loose. Thought he had it. Little overcorrection, that's all it takes. Ward, significant damage to that 18 machine. Kimmel coming through. Kenny Real just slotted up, as did Wankops Jr. Right on board with Colt Ward through this. Wankops Jr. I think he's just going to lock his brakes up and make very little contact. He's going to make decent contact. Last on board we got before we head back green. Edward Kimmel. Isaac Smallwood, your leader. Field get ready to go back green this time. Smallwood, Fink, or Isaac Smallwood, core behind. Dylan Fink, Simon Lindmark, Andrew Lotz, core right. Scott Rooney. Brent Garber, Tyler Henry, and Justin Raymond, your top 10. Alright, we're rolling. Off of turn 4, Isaac Smallwood's going to lead. Fink, Andrew Lotz, core behind, slides back and forth. Lindmark 5th. DJ Stagner back, trying to work himself back in it, back to 8th after a wild slide off of turn 4. Field down the back straightaway. Smallwood still holding it. A little bit of action further back. Brent Garber right now trying to take the 10th spot away from Justin Raymond. Not going to be able to do it. Kenny, or no, Robbie Adams now challenging for 11th. Going to fall in line. How about Andrew Lotz up 31 spots where he started tonight. Right now, Dylan Fink trying to get out ahead. What's happened to Scott Rooney? He's coming into the pits this time. Like there's any damage to the 23 machine, however, gotta wait and see what happens. 80 laps to go. Well, that Smallwood trying to take a second away. $78 to go. Right now, Dylan Fink try to open up a second lead over the field. But more to Andrew Lotz than anything else. Scott running back out onto the racetrack, 1 lap down. Got Corey Wright fourth up back inside the top 10. Brent Garber, another strong run. Garber third place last night. Third place in the points after last night. Right now showing a top 10 run again for the 58 team. Mike Audrey working himself back inside the top 15 after a spin on a restart earlier in the race. Caution. Speaking of spinning. Drew Drummond back straight away around. Chavez around. And other drivers piling in. Fourth caution of the night. Christopher Logan, meatball flag. Kevin Sterner, meatball flag. Sterner already back to the pit, so let's see what happens. Yet again. I 6-7 already breaks loose. Overcorrects it right into Drummond. Chavez piles in. Christopher Logan in. Gets into this scrap. That is all she writes. With 76 laps to go. Right now, 75 to go. Field stays out. Other than a couple of drivers in the back. Colt Ward back in for repairs. Among others, Glidewell, Jackson Hunt, Juan Carlos Jr., Kevin Allen, Bryce Moore. Just join us tonight. Race recap so far. Dylan Fink, your leader, 8 lead changes, 4th caution of the night. Still a long way to go. A bit of a more in-depth lap leaders so far. 6 different leaders. Alright. Going to the green flag this time by Dylan Fink, Andrew Lotz first and second, Smallwood, Stagner, Harry Lindmark top 5, Hines Wright, Tyler Henry, Brent Garber, Justin Raymond will be your top 10. rolling again. Down back straight away, Fink with a strong run. Off a 2, core behind, slaps the wall. Now Enemy's machine. Lots of Smallwood's going to hold it. Side by side, exit of 4. Stagner this time hard off the wall. So right now, Dylan Fink half-second lead. Smallwood's going to try to run it back now. Right now, how about DJ Stagner? Worked back inside the top 3 after a spin off of 4 earlier on his own, no help needed. Right now, Stagner rallying back, trying to take second away from Smallwood. Going for a bat through the field, Kenny Real. Been an up and down night for Kenny. Started deep in the field, was at 20th at one point, worked up inside the top 15. Made contact with Mitchell Reardon earlier in the race. One of the contributing factors to a caution. But right now, Kenny's working back inside the top 10. Car finally coming around to the 11 machine. One driver having to come back to the front, Colt Ward. Again, caught up in, I believe, the most recent caution. Second to most recent caution, I should say. Had some front end damage, got that fixed. Now having to start to climb right back up inside the top 10. Right now, Smallwood's right back to the back bumper, I think, again. Stagner's going to swing it to the outside lane. Stagner going for a big charge. Another power move off of turn 4. At the line, give it to Stagner barely. You want me side by side area 1. Smallwood down it to the bottom along with Lindmark. Stagner going to try to get run off of turn number 2. 3 wide. Smallwood to the inside. Back to 2. Lindmark down to the bottom. DJ Stagner with the lead. Right now, Dylan Fink slides back to 3rd and jeopardy of sliding back to 4th. I'll tell you what, that 64 has got some speed tonight. So does Isaac Smallwood. Smallwood's going to look down to the bottom. Stagner's going to shut the door. give Mark a little bit of credit in his own right. Slid back right on the first initial run, and down around 8th or 9th. Has worked himself back up into the 4th spot, hanging with the top 4. Andrew Lotz held the biggest mover in the race so far. Lost 28 spots from where he started tonight. Right inside the top 5. Caution, as Smallwood takes the lead across the line, Edward Kimmel around. Back straight away. Be the 5th caution of the night. Turn 2, Calamity Corner yet again. Bam. Kimmel already 12 laps down after being involved in an incident earlier. And a bad night would go from bad to worse. Alright, back live from Texas. At Smallwood, DJ Stagner, your front row. Dylan Fink, Simon Lindmark, Andrew Lott, Corbin Hines, Justin Raymond, Corey Wright, Tyler Henry, Kenny Reel, the top 10. Pace car in this time. 58 laps to go. Smallwood this time, great jump. Lott's going, Stagner going to be caught asleep on a restart. Stagner going to fall back to third. Never mind, Stagner has other ideas in mind. 3 wide down the back straightaway, and almost ran out of room for it. Dylan Fink to the top spot again. Lott, Lindmark, Corbin Hines, everybody getting after it now. Dylan Fink back to the top spot. Stagner a little bit off the wall, no harm, no foul. Right now, Powerhouse Racing sitting first and second. DJ Stagner, Dylan Fink. Right now, Isaac Smallwood trying to hold down the fort for Millicar Motorsports. Watts, Lindmark, Corbin Hines, Corey Wright. Tell you one thing, a lot of drivers coming to the front. I'll give you another one who has had a very quiet night in his own right tonight. Mitchell Raridan up to 11 plus 23 spots from where he started tonight. Right off the wall a little bit. Is going to dive underneath Corbin Hines. And almost clear himself across Hines' bumper. Corey Wright up to 6. Lott's hard off the wall this time. These drivers getting every inch of this racetrack. They're getting their money's worth. Down the back straightaway again. Corey Wright going for second on Lott's. Caution again. Nicholas Alozia around back straightaway. Another one of them having a very quiet night for the 62 machine. Go around turn 2, Calamity Corner yet again. Big damage to that 62 machine. What in the name of Mike? I don't know what it is about turn 2 tonight. He's already loose there. Border didn't really cut him much slack, but regardless, 62 already loose. I don't know if this side of car's getting upset. Oh! Alright, hold up. Wait a minute. Contact to 54, that's how. Well, there, Alozia just trying to get it back together. Loose there. Almost has it safe. Thinks he has it safe. Gets a little bit loose off the 2. Border already there to make contact. Hell, I'll give Alozia props. He fought that car from entry of 1 to exit of 2. Green flag pit stops happening. Stagner and Dylan Fink in this time. Kind of going to be a big one. Smallwood stays out. This is still on a 33 lap stint. Lindmark, Watts, Kenny Reel. Other drivers also in this time. Majority of the field in. It's like the top 18 are going to stay out. To re-rack the top tens. Isaac Smallwood, the reigning and defending Midnight Race League Contender Series champion. To his outside, Simon Lindmark, Corey Wright, Andrew Lotz, Corbin Hines. The top 5, Kenny Real, Mitchell Raritan, first time he's cracked the top 10 all night. Tyler Henry, Brent Garber, Mike Audrey. Alright. Let's try this one more time. We're rolling. As it, hell of a restart. 51 laps to go. Corey Wright's going to look to the outside of Andrew Loss. Going to try to utilize that run off of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Right now, Dylan Fink and DJ Stagner. A lot of ground to make up. 20th and 21st. Smallwood will lead his 12th lap of the race so far. Right now, Smallwood trying to get out of Dodge. You gotta expect as we tune back in now to Fink and Stagner. You gotta think them tires, they're gonna be coming. Oh hell, they're already coming. Dylan Fink already up to 12th. Stagner 17th. Right now, Fink already back up inside the top 10. He's just cruising. Well, with Dylan Fink coming, you got to imagine that the top 2, pretty much everybody in front of him knows, hey, he's already back in the 8. It's just going to make you wonder if Smallwood and Lindmark, Corey Wright, Lotz, Real, if they're hoping for a caution to come in, try to offset the strategy game. Kind of put Dylan Fink in a position to where he's now going to be the one on older tires. Speak of the devil. Caution out. Bryce Moore, Ryan Seabolt around. You guessed it. Turn 2. Down the back straightaway, Seabolt. Massive damage to that car. Left, it's like left rear planetary is all messed up on that side. Something definitely locked up. God almighty. 45 laps to go. Let's look at it. Goes in turn 2. 54. Contact again. Overcorrects it that time. Good God almighty. Let that rip. And that whip Seabolt's head around. Another issue, Brent Garber has gone around, who had a hell of a night going inside the top 10. See if we can't find Garber's incident right there. So what was that, Brent Garber? No, it was Brent. Alright, so how's Garber get involved in this? Wrecking's happened behind him. He gets loose off of 2. Comes down into Audrey, and that's how Brent Garber became a part of this. Well, Dylan Fink back to the top of the board. Brian Conover, Justin Raymond, DJ Stadner, Colt Ward, your top 5. Border, Smallwood, Lemmark, Kenny Real, Andrew Lotz, the top 10. Top 2 stay out. Border and actually, psych, I lied. Dylan Fink. So, top 6 stay out. The big common denominator is Brian Conover on a 17-lap run compared to the other ones inside this top 6 who are each on a 10-lap run. Everybody else on down from Isaac Smallwood to Mike Audrey in 24th, all pitted under this most recent caution. Alright, is 11 laps going to be the difference? Well, when you take away pace laps, which is at most 3, sometimes 4, but we'll go with 3. And take away about 4 laps, so give or take 10, 9, 8, 7. 7 lap racing tires. I know it's a weird term, I'm just going to throw it out there. Compared to the rest of the field, so we're going to see the difference it's going to be regardless. Ryan Seabold in the pits, more than likely done for the night, assessing the damage on that left rear. We get set for the restart with 42 laps to go. We're rolling. Justin Raymond, regardless of the fact, up to second. Right now, Conover going to drop back to a few spots. Notice Ward's got front damage again. Yep. Oh, there he goes, hard into the inside retaining wall. Good God almighty. Look out for the wreck again, quick. Well, 17 lap old tire, we found the limit. Bam! Good God almighty. Toward the left front of that machine up, and it will be in the pits. Done for the night. Down the back straightaway, Raymond giving Stagner a run for his money. Not able to get there yet in turn 3. Stagner shuts the door. Colt Ward and Isaac Smallwood battling for the 4th spot. Well, Ward evidently has came into contact with somebody else. Because the front end of that car beat up again. So you got to think aerodynamically and handling wise, that 18 probably not up to par right now. Kenny Real going to look on it for the 5th spot down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Dylan Fink, 2/10 of a second lead to his teammate Stagner. Almost a 2nd to 3rd. Ryan Seabold will call it a night. He will be done. He will finished probably somewhere around, give or take, the 29th or 30th spot. The field works down the back straightaway. Kenny Real looking to the inside of Colt Ward. Further back. Right now, 38 laps to go. Colt Ward still on a 16-lap run in his own right. Matter of fact, Raging Idiot Racing Network pit strategy report. You can see it. Everybody else ain't got a name yet. It is not updated. It might take it a couple laps here to fully update. But you can see it. 16-lap run for the top three. About to see if I got the settings right on this one. Safe to say, yes, everybody did take 4 tires. It's safe to say. For a long run. Trouble in the back. Was in the back. Tim Hurd, meatball flag. Frank Chavez, slow on the bottom. There's been a wreck. Well, you don't say. What in the name of mine has happened? No caution yet. Frank Chavez loses it into the inside wall. That should be a caution. Alozzi involved in this. Frank Chavez stopped in the middle of the track. No wonder he hasn't hit nothing. No, but he's still trying to get on the pit road. Alozzi, Hurd, and Chavez night will come to a close. 34 laps short of the finish line. Right now down the back straightaway, Dylan Fink trying to hold off his teammate Smallwood. Back inside of half of a second. But right now, 20 drivers remain in it with a chance to win all the way back to Gordon Glidewell back in 20th. For the lead, DJ Stagner underneath Dylan Fink. Stagner back to the top of the board. It has been a power move. Every time Stagner has challenged for a lead, a power move either on the outside or on the bottom. 64 is on a mission tonight. Right behind him, Isaac Smallwood. Simon Lindmark battling back. Kenny Real 1.3 back in the 5th spot. Dylan Fink, big time save off of 4. Good God almighty. Able to save it. Going to lose some spots to, going to lose 2 to Smallwood and Lindmark. Looking to lose 3rd to Kenny Real. A 3rd one that would be the battle for 5th, or for 4th rather. Real's going to blend back in line. Nicholas Alozio will call it a night. 29 to go. Right now being scored 24th. We'll probably drop around to the 28th spot when it's all said and done. .27 to go. There's DJ Stagner right now trying to run away with it. Lindmark and Smallwood and Lindmark hot on his trail. Like Audrey John Border. This is the battle for the, looks like the 17th position. Audrey will get it at the line. Right now, 25 laps to go. Down the back straightaway. Well, right now Dylan Fink holds the most laps led, the 5 bonus points to go with it. Right now at 35, DJ Stagner and Isaac Smallwood can still nag them bonus points for leading the most laps. Well, I mean, right now, of course, the pole sitter will get 5 bonus points. You lead the most laps is 5. You lead 8. The fastest lap is 5. You lead 8 lap. That is 5. Right now, fastest lap in a race. That goes to Dylan Fink out of 29.364 or 6.34. Right now, Fink right in the 4th spot. 5 bonus points will go to him. Of course, if your name's on the lap leaders board, you'll get 5 bonus points. Right now, of course, the 5 bonus points are at stake. For the most laps led, 20 to go. Smallwood going to look to the outside, going to try to get a run down the back straightaway. Stagner's going to block it. Into turn 3. Smallwood going to look to the outside again, going to run the middle line, going to try to get a run off of 4. Down in front straightaway to set up 1 and 2. 19 to go. Right now. Smallwood way up the racetrack goes Isaac Smallwood. Good God almighty. Smallwood to the inside of Stagner. 17 to go. The battle for the lead's on. Not able to get there yet. Now, whenever he tries to make that move on Stagner, he's going to have to send it. Going to try that third lane up at the racetrack again. That time it did not work. Or did it? Look at the run down the back straightaway. Go and run that middle lane again. Even bigger run this time. Smallwood gonna go way up, out of sight, out of mind. Here comes the run again. Even bigger this time. Good God. It's going to send it in on the middle lane. Not going to be able to get there yet. I think Smallwood's found something on that outside lane off of 2. 14 to go. Light traffic about to be an issue. 21. Now back straight away, another hellacious run. Everyone's going to stay up, out of the way. To the inside now of DJ Stagner. Smallwood going to try it again. Smallwood going to hold that bottom line, not quite wrapping the white line. Down the back straightaway, Stagner going to be side by side, entering turn 3. Big, little bit of a run for Stagner. They enter turn 3, Stagner enters ahead. Smallwood hasn't conceded yet again. 12 to go. Smallwood, another big run, another gas. Gonna stick to the outside yet again. Gonna try to set up turn 1 like he did 2 laps ago. 11 to go this time. To the inside. This time's going to make it work. Out of the Smallwood, back to the top point. Stagner going to try to cross him over. Stagner off the wall, exit of 4. 10 to go. Caution! You have got to be kidding me. For what? Robbie Adams. Down the back straightaway. 8th caution of the night. This will change everything. This will be huge. Gets loose off of 2 again. I don't know what's been by turn 2 tonight. Tries to save it, unfortunately. Finally loses control. Kisses the safer barrier. Smallwood, Statner, and others going to be in this time. Kenny Real stays out. Boy. Do somebody was going to roll the dice. Kenny Real get 5 points for leading a lap in a Midnight Racing League Cup Series event. Smallwood down the way. He'll run the race off of pit road. Statner, Lindmark, Fink, Corey Wright, the top 5. So re-rack it. Kenny Real, Adam Smallwood, first and second. Statner, Lindmark, Corey Wright, your top 5. Dylan Fink, Corbin Hines, Justin Raymond, Mitchell Raridan, Andrew Lotz, the top 10. 6 to go. When they take the green flag, I think they're going to wait. Scratch that. 5 to go here to take the green flag. Alright, we're going to try this again. Don't believe the start's going to be waved off this time. Back rolling. caution again. You serious? Yep. Oh, big one. Tyler Henry, Dylan Fink in this one. Fink, Reardon, Tyler Henry, Edward Kimmel, Juan Carlos Jr., Corey Wright, Gordon Glidewell, Jackson Hunt, meatball damage to his machine. See what's happened under the restart. Oh! Good. Okay, hold up. Wait a minute. Look back at it. Oh, Stagner. Oh, Stagner involved in this. Stagner spins the tires. I mean, he spins the bad. Stagner spins the tires, as does Corey Wright. Everybody else piling in. And the complexion of this race has just got dunked on its head and scattered. Man. Alright. Try this again. Real 42 laps since he pitted, 6 for everybody else. The field down into the Echo Park restart zone again. 2 to go. No green white checker yet. Natural green white checker. Oh, Simon Lindmar's going to force it 3. Going to run Smallwood at the racetrack. Simon Lindmark. Oh, Luck's going to get turned. They save it. No, they don't. Caution is out. We're going to go to overtime. It's Simon Lindmark, the leader. Andrew Lotz. Oh, never mind. Actually, screw that. We're still green, so evidently they're going to run it out. All right, my mistake. So this is for the win. Lindmark, Smallwood, down the back straightaway for the final time. Not going to be able to get there. Simon Lindmark to victory lane. We believe. Yep, across the line, made official. Simon Lindmark to victory lane in the Midnight Racing League Cup Series. Smallwood, Kenny Real, Corbin Hines, Corey Wright, your top 5. Brent Garber, Justin Raven, Kevin Allen, Robbie Adams, Dylan Fink, the top 10. Jack Shack will come home third tonight. We got Sofa 1-2. Did not get a win in the Contender Series. Failed to make the playoffs. Simon Lindmark, Rewrite saw that. We're on tonight. No, we did not use the overtime, evidently. No, we'll get to Evans, figure that part out. Well, wait for Simon Lindmark to get into the interview room. Isaac Smallwood, Gary Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy.
What's going on, bud?
Well, it looks like it's going to be a hell of a night. Fresh off the Contender Series Championship. Take us through the final restart between you and 51.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be whoever got out front first there, so I kind of tried to pinch him down as much as I could with it being clean. And the 011, he just got a little bit tight, and that kind of killed my run coming off the corner. And yeah, it was a good race. You know, teammates, me and Simon are this season in the Cup Series, so we're just happy to come home 1 and 2.
Well, buddy, after a strong run, of course, in the Contender Series, a strong run tonight. Following that, I know it's the Cup Series, but after Daytona goes, how much of a confidence boost is this to come out of here with a second place run?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you probably seen it yourself. You know, you get away from a super speedway, you probably have your better guys out front, and you know, we just kind of like to keep it that way. Keep as far away from the super speedways as we can. They're not my cup of tea, so yeah, we're just excited for the season. Yeah.
Well, buddy, a hell of a night. for the 19 team. Last question I got for I let you head out of here tonight. Anybody want to thank friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Yeah, I just gotta thank everybody at Team MRL Lane. You know, we all work together. We're all gonna be working together this season. So there's about 4 or 5 of us, and we're really gonna see what we can do. Hopefully, we can come home, all top 4 or 5 in points, and if we can do that, that'd be great.
All right, buddy. The, the reigning and defending Contender Series champion Isaac Smallwood will come home second tonight in Texas. Appreciate your time, buddy. A hell of a job.
Alrighty, thank you.
Yes, sir. Getting the man of the hour in here. Okay, hold up. Everything's messing up here. Simon Landmark, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Yes, I do.
hey, you had to make a hole to get to it, but you finally you got inside of Isaac Smallwood. Take us through the final restart and really tonight as a whole for the 51.
Yeah, the final restart was just a game of timing with Kenny on older tires in the lead. It was kind of inevitable that it was possibly going to spin, so I didn't want to be on his rear end too much and make him wreck. So we were able to time the restart pretty good. We were able to lock bumpers into turn one. He was defending the inside, so I went middle because I saw I had enough room. Went middle, had plenty of room to go around him, and then that clean air just was we're able to stay out front to get the win. It was a battle for clean air tonight, is what it really was. It was a lot of fun though. I'm not a big fan of this car at most tracks, but this one I was skeptical at the beginning, and I still kind of am. But the long runs had a tendency to be fun. Um, but yeah, it was just really great car all night, and it was fun racing with my teammates around me all night as well.
Well, buddy, I'm going to. Now, of course, being you weren't involved in none of these, but being maybe you can give us a little bit of insight with this car. What made the track tonight so difficult, particularly out of turn two and drivers breaking free out of two, which is where the majority of the cautions came from tonight? What made turn two with this car to be kind of a calamity corner, basically?
Well, I can't speak for everyone's driving style. I was I always like to really save tires a lot, maybe a little bit too much. And so I didn't shift the whole night except for the last restarts there when I had to go. I stayed in fifth gear, and for me that saved my right rear tire and made the car very stable. I didn't have one moment really where I snapped loose at all, and so that I was able to put a lot of confidence in rolling out of two with a lot of momentum. But yeah, I mean, I assume maybe the guys that might have been shifting, uh, maybe not the move to go to do that, and maybe warming up their tires and spinning out because of it.
Well, buddy, after you walk out here leading 4 points tonight, but obviously he's going to vault you up even more into the. Actually, it should put you in the chase, I would think. Don't quote me on that now. But other than that, disappointment. Well, I don't know. First time I'm interviewing you, but from what I've heard about you and your brother, kind of a tough season for the Contender Series. Is this more or less this season for the Cup Series rebuilding the confidence to try to get back championship form? And is this going to be a great booster tonight?
Well, it's just a clean slate. I look at it as that. The Contender Series just wasn't really our thing. I wasn't really enjoying the racing that was happening around me, so I made a choice to not partake in over half the season. That's why you didn't see my name up there. But I want to give this new different season a try with these new cars and tracks, and so I'm just looking at it as a clean slate, and put me at a track that isn't a super speedway, and I'll be able to put on a little bit of a show for you.
Come on, buddy. You put on a hell of a show tonight. Last question I got for you before I let you head out of here. Is there anybody want to thank? Friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I just want to thank all my Air Lane teammates: Isaac Smallwood in the 19, Corbin Hines in the 91, Andrew Lotes in the 31, and Colton Huntley Ward in the 18. He joined us today too. So always fun to chat with those guys while we race, and know that you can trust them when they're around you, and they were around us a lot tonight.
Well, buddy, a hell of a job. Hell of a job tonight. Appreciate your time. Simon Lindmark will come home from Texas, taking home the win. Appreciate your time, buddy. A hell of a job tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for putting on the broadcast. Have a good one.
You too, boss man. Last but not least, Kenny Real. Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth, guy. Copy, buddy.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, look like it's going to start out to be a rough night for the 11. Rode in the back for the first half of the race. Slowly, meticulously, I know that's a big word for me, made your way to the front. And ultimately, the gamble will pay off to a degree. 45 lap old tires take us to the night for the 11 camp.
Yeah, I had a bad Q run, got a little sideways off too during Q, so I had to start farther back than I wanted to. And yeah, like you said, just making my way through the field. I'd make my way through the field, get wrecked, make my way through the field again, get wrecked. So it was just a battle all night, and I really thought there at the end more people would actually stay out on older tires. And when I noticed I was the only one, I knew I was screwed. Luckily, caution that caution saved me to go to a green white checkered, and they don't throw it's only one green white checkered. When there's a caution, they run it out. So when they all died behind me, I knew I was at least hopefully going to get a P3 there. Luckily, we still came away with it because Corbin was on fresh tires, and I was just really just trying to survive there. I still a net gain a few positions from not pitting, so I'll take it.
Alright, so it did go to a green white checker on my side, didn't show it, but I ain't gonna argue with it. But a hell of a night for Kenny Real. Ought to extend. Let me double check before I say this part. Yeah, ought to extend the points lead over Corbin Hine. As the season goes on, is this more about just trying to build a cushion to 13th in the points, or is it try to hold on to the points lead, rack wins? Really, with the season being early, what is the main goal for the 11 Jack Shack team?
Well, I really just get as much points early on as you can. You know, you want to build a buffer that way in case races don't go your way towards the end of the season before the playoffs. So you have a decent little buffer if you have a bad race or something like that, or you can't make it. So that's realistically the goal. Just keep racing for points. And a lot of people have said they never see me race on ovals, and I'm not fast at ovals. So I decided to come show up for an oval, and it's just a lot of these people only see me at super speedways, so they don't know I race a bunch of oval too. So it was kind of fun to come out here and run around these guys that have never seen me race ovals, just super speedways. But all in all, good race, good points day, and we'll just keep trying to add that buffer.
All right, buddy. Appreciate your time tonight. Last question I got before I let you head out of here. Anybody want to thank real fast? Friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours.
Yeah, just shout out to the Jack Shack over there. You know, I always got to support them. Eric W is always in your chat support me. I got a good guy over there, and all the admins for MRL, Justin, Gordon, Mark, Corey, all those guys are a great set of guys, and you as always for putting on a great podcast.
All right, buddy. By the way, hashtag free Trev.
Yeah, free Trev. You'll see it on the car soon.
All right, buddy. For Kenny Real tonight, it will be a third place run and extend the points lead following tonight. Appreciate your time, buddy. A hell of a job.
Thank you, brother. Have a good one.
You too, boss man. With that being said, points go as followed for tonight. Simon Lindmark, your winner. Isaac Smallwood, Kenny Real, Corbin Hines, Corey Wright. The top five: Brent Garber, Justin Raymond, Kevin Allen, Robbie Adams, Dylan Fink will come home 10th, lead the most laps. Actually, let me confirm that. Blah, 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 blah. Actually, no, DJ Stagner in 11th. By 2 laps, we'll get the 5 bonus points. Gordon Glidewell will come home 12th. Tyler Henry, John Border, Mike Audrey, Juan Cobbs Jr. Andrew Lotz, Patrick Camber, your top 18. Further down, Jackson Hunt, Mitchell Raritan, Brian Conover, Edward Kimmel, Bryce Moore, Scott Rooney, Colt Ward, Frank Chavez, Tim Erd, Nicholas Alozia will be a top 28. Ryan Seabolt, Drew Drummond, Kevin Strutter, Chris Logan, Dylan Bazin, Mark Person, Jeremiah Cromer, Kaysen Hodgren, Skylar Harold, Gavin Henson rounds out the 38 truck field for tonight. That being said, congratulations in order again to Simon Lindmark, walking out of Texas tonight the winner. And I will see everybody probably tomorrow night as far as PGR goes for MMS. And until then, everybody take it easy. Have a good night.